Good morning and hello from Browns Bay. It's Friday and it's the 31st of July. And what a month it's been. I'm not sure what the highlights of your month have been, but for me, well, there's some interesting stories to be told. Here's one that's quite curious. Someone came along recently to church and I hadn't seen him for a while, and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, that's an amazing moustache you've grown." I didn't bother to tell him I shaved my beard off about 3 months ago. But that often happens. Thinking about that, I decided to shave the moustache off, and then the response I got was, "Gosh, you're looking a bit pale. Are you okay?" It's amazing what we see and what we don't see. When I was a Boy Scout, we had a thing called an observancy badge, and you had to prove that you could see things. Of course, once you had the badge on your shoulder, you didn't really have to stay as alert as you had during the test. There's been this kind of high alert, hasn't there, around the world. And here, the alertness is measured by the way in which the security guards watching people in quarantine can fall asleep at times because they've been doing double jobs, driving taxis in the day and being security guards at night. Yesterday, the alertness of the three layers worked because the security guard failed, but the police and the military caught a guy who only got 100 meters down the road after one day of being back in the country. High alert, they call it. Despite all that, this pandemic has just got totally out of hand. And I think here in this country, we're just as much at risk as anyone else if we don't keep an eye on things. What are you on alert for today? What are you looking out for? In the mornings, I try to be alert to the sunrise to see what amazing colors might turn up. This morning, again, there were some lovely sights to view, but they are fleeting experiences. They don't last. While they do, though, they're really worth holding on to. As the weekend comes, Sunday is around the corner, and there's a lot to be alert to as well as we go and gather to worship. Of course, others can't, but there are always difficult situations. I was reading a report just this week of a shooting that took place in a church where the member of the church, who's an ex-policeman, shot dead two robbers, one of whom had the pastor at gunpoint with a gun at his head. It certainly means that in some places you have to be on the lookout for the unusual. In the Bible, we're also told to be alert, to be on guard. In the Gospel of Mark, where Jesus talks about his return, he says in chapter 13, "Be on guard, be alert, you do not know when that time will come," referring to his return. Paul, talking to the church in Ephesus in chapter 6, when he talks about praying in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests, he says this, "With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints." We need to be observant and aware of the needs of people and keep praying for them, especially at this critical time. And of course, Peter in 1 Peter 5 gives a somber warning about the enemy. He says, "Be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour." So there are warnings to be alert, to be on the lookout, to be aware that we're part of something much bigger, a spiritual battle. So when you see somebody today or over this weekend, have a careful look at them and see if anything has changed. Be on the lookout for opportunities to pray for people because of their needs, to encourage them, and also simply to be a help to them as you share the hope that you have through your faith. So have a good weekend and stay alert, and may God be with you. Bye-bye from Browns Bay.